everyone. So after I've been doing so many makeup tutorials recently for kind of very outrageous and creative looks, I decided that today I would kind of take it back to the basics and show you a very natural 1960s inspired makeup look. So all I've done so far was to use some foundation to cover up my under eye circles and also to just cover up some imperfections. So the whole 60s look was all about being youthful and looking very fresh and young, and that is why I tried to keep it as light as possible with the base. So next up I'm going to show you how to achieve a very natural 1960s inspired brow look. So I'm using this little brush tool, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush them out. So the 60s were all about either having natural eyebrows, they were either plucked kind of very thinly or just left pretty much naturally the way that they are and pretty much their natural shape. So because this look is all about being super natural, all I'm gonna do now is to use some brow gel to just keep them in place. And as you can see, while applying this, I kind of move upwards to just enhance the natural shape of my brows. I'm very sorry if it is loud every now and then. I still have construction workers all over the building. They're basically tearing up the entire roof, and there's only one more apartment above mine, so they're working pretty much all around the building and above me. So if you hear any weird noises, that's that. So next up I'm going to show you a very natural eye makeup look. So I'm gonna start off with this very natural kind of blushy neutral color tone, and I'm gonna apply this all over my lid. So doing this also helps you with the very youthful look. So if you compare the two eyes with one another right now, this one definitely looks a bit more dollish and just a bit more youthful in general. Going to the other side, lightly tapping that on. Working it into the crease. And now I'm going to use a bigger brush and I'm just going to blend it out. Next up I'm going to use this very small and pointy brush, and I'm going to go in with this kind of light shimmery color. And I'm going to use this color and I'm kind of applying it on the inner corner of my eye. So pretty much right here. So as you can see, it's almost so subtle that you can't really tell that I applied something, but it really helps with the youthful look and like opening up the eye in general. So the 60s were pretty much all about creating a rounder shaped eye, and that is why people drew on those classic 60s bows above their eyes. And because I'm aiming for a very natural look, I'm gonna go in with a very light and subtle color. So for this, I would recommend you to go with a lighter brown color or like a darker beige color, depending on what you like. I'm gonna go in with this color because I personally like to use warmer tones for a subtle look, but you could also use a color like this, but I feel like this one is a good match for me. So on this very pointy small brush, I'm just gonna take a little bit of eyeshadow. Let me move my hair so you can properly see. Okay, and now I'm doing the same thing as always. So I'm starting in the middle, kind of marking where I want it to be. Doing a little mark up here, then one all the way down here. And now I'm just using more and more product every time and just slowly working up the bow. So now I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other eye. Starting with the outline and then working it in. So now that I'm done with drawing the bows, I'm gonna use this little brush. So this is a small yet kind of fluffy brush, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blend this out to even make it more subtle and even more natural. Moving on to the other eye. And just like this, you created a very natural 60s eye makeup look. So moving on with the eyeliner, I'm gonna try and keep this as close as possible to my lash line and also make it very, very thin. And then in the end, I'm not gonna wing it out, but kind of draw it downwards the slightest bit. So I'm starting like this. So as you can see in the end, I just kind of drew it outwards and downwards the slightest bit. And now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. So another big 1960s makeup trend were Twiggy Lashes, which were essentially just lashes drawn on underneath your lower lash line. And because I'm aiming for a very natural look, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna achieve that very subtle 60s Twiggy Lash look. So I'm using that same eyeshadow palette, and I'm just gonna go in with a medium brown on this little brush. This actually is a lip brush, but I found these sorts of brushes to be the most helpful with this look. And I'm just taking a little bit of that eyeshadow. And here's a little trick for you. I am going on my hand and I'm kind of patting it down so that there really isn't any fallout or anything left. And now I'm just gonna use a very light hand, kind of draw little lashes. Just like so. Doing the same thing on the other eye. And now I'm just gonna finish off the eyes by applying some mascara. Since we're enhancing the lower lash lines, I'm obviously applying mascara on there as well. So that's it for the eyes. I really like that look. I feel like it is a super 60s look while still being very subtle and natural. So because the 60s were all about that youthful look, I'm gonna use the tiniest bit of blush just right up here on my cheeks. So I'm just using this peachy color. Peachy colors like this were really famous because they help you achieve that youthful look. So we're pretty much almost done. The last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this enhancer for my lips. This is basically just a lip balm with some glitter added to it. And that's the finished look. I feel like this is a very easy and subtle look. It is amazing if you're maybe still in school or if you just want to do something a bit more natural. I feel like this is the kind of look that was very popular in the early and mid 60s, especially among younger girls. And I'm gonna put in some shots now so that you can properly see the finished result. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would love you to give it a thumbs up and maybe even share it with a friend. It supports me, it supports the channel, and it would mean so much. If you're interested in all things 60s and 70s, hit the subscribe button because I upload multiple videos all about that every single week and I would love to have you around. If you recreate this look, make sure to tag me on Instagram because I would love to see you and tell you how beautiful you look. I hope you're having an amazing day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine, take yourself some time to focus on you and your mental health today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys!